This is a production of the Must-See TV Broadcast Network, like ShareJoin, and follow us for all the latest updates. Like what you see, then throw those stars and show your support. And don't be shy, subscribe to the Caveman. He won't bite, and if you're watching us right now on YouTube, then you already know what to do. Smash that like and subscribe button. Even one view can prevent one puppy from being shaven. A big fist pump goes to Donna, AI, and Music Mint for the incredible music that is in this episode. All rights belong to Christopher Michael Egarhos, a.k.a. the Caveman. So if he's ready, and if you're ready, then let's kick this show off. Growl, growl.
Lights up on the screen, it's time to see 5 days a week, we're where you wanna be. Exclusive shows and reels, we got the vibe. Tune into the network, hop on Facebook Live. Riding with the stars in our unique groove. Laughter twists and turns within every move. Must-see TV's the place to catch it all. Epic moments, big and small, give us a call. Oh, you know it's must-see TV, come alive. Every day we light the way on Facebook Live. Catch the magic, hear the roar, feel the beat. Must-see TV, the place where worlds meet. Jump right in, the fun's about to start. Bringing shows and stories straight to your heart. With every post and every share, we're free. Gotta get that fix of must-see TV. Round and round, don't let this moment fade. Together on this ride, the best we've ever made. Get the popcorn ready, it's your time to shine. Must-see TV will keep you feeling fine. Oh, you know it's must-see TV, come alive. Every day we light the way on Facebook Live. Catch the magic, hear the roar, feel the beat. Must-see TV, the place where worlds meet. Oh, you know it's must-see TV, come alive. Every day we light the way on Facebook Live. Catch the magic, hear the roar, feel the beat. Must-see TV, the place where worlds meet.
By the dark of the night, where the shadows lean low, a fire flickers softly, its embers aglow. The caveman waits in the circle of flame, eyes like the ocean, hands carved by the same. Oh, the glow of the moon, it whispers, it sighs. The past is alive in the star-painted skies. Tell us the tales of the old, of the wild. Sing us the songs of the earth's first child. By the fire, by the flame, let the echoes consume. Story time by the dark of the night, by the glow of the moon.
welcome to a brand new episode of Storytime. Say hello, Roland.
Hello, Growlers.
I love that. I love that. Yeah, I love that. So, guys, if you're ready, let's just kick off with where we last left off. Dun, dun, dun. Right? So we're back in the kitchen. Okay? We, now we're looking around and everything's clean, right? There's no more ramen on the floor. That sea of ramen is cleaned up from the last, couple of scenes, right? And Ino claps her hands together. All right, Naruto, this is what we're going to do. In that box where you got those garbage bags, there's pots, there's ingredients, there's pans, there's spoons, and we are going to get all that out, and we are actually going to make this a kitchen. And she pantomimes. She goes like this, and in air quotes. In air quotes, exactly. So they do that. And this is where we have another awesome fade cut into the kitchen, actual kitchen. We see pots on the. We have a fade, right? It's kind of like empty kitchen. Fade in, full kitchen, right? So we see pots on hooks. We see the stove with pots, right? All that kind of stuff. And we just have a little moment. It's a little quiet moment of just, now this is being a home, a kitchen, right? Isolated, no more, right? It is full, right? And claps her hands like, all right, Naruto, now what we're going to do is you and me are gonna cook dinner. And I'm going to get you all food. I'm gonna get all the food groups in you. No ramen. We're gonna get meat, vegetables, maybe some bread. I'm thinking some noodles. I'm thinking some dumplings, some rice, and they get to work cooking. We do this nice little fade into stirring something in a pot. Steam wafting up. We can see that, right? And we can see Naruto attempting to cut vegetables. He's not doing a good job, though. He's never made food, right? Before. Not like this. And we see Naruto cutting carrots in weird shapes. And Ino is horrified. Now, but we can see now she's a little bit closer to him, right? And Ino looks over and says, Naruto, what are you doing? He's like, I'm cutting food? I'm cutting carrots, vegetables? This is not a battleground. You're not sharpening a kunai. And she goes, here, let me in. She goes, okay, first of all, what we're going to do, what we're going to do is take off your gloves. You're not in training. You're cooking. And he's like, but this is my motif, this is my thing. And Ino just stares at him. And he goes, okay, I'm taking them off. He's like, fine. So he takes them off, right? He's peeling his gloves off, okay? And we do this, we do this very, very slowly, very cinematically. Okay, so he's peeling these gloves off and he's tucking them away in a drawer. And she goes, "Good. Now, let me." And she takes both of her hands. And we only see this for a second. We only see this for a second. He doesn't know this, but it happens to her POV. And, her monologue is like, the hell? Why is his hand so rough? And we can see, the audience can actually see the roughness, right? We can see chakra burns, right? Old and new chakra burns, okay? And we only see this, hear this from a second, and in a second, we only see this and hear this for a second. There we go. And Naruto goes, and, just shakes out of it and says, "Here." And she shows him how to cut food. There you go, Naruto. There you go. See? Nice, even cuts. There you go. Good boy. And she let go of her hand. She lets go of his hands, and she begins to continue stirring. And so we got Naruto kind of proud of himself. He's like, "Yeah, look, I think I'm getting it. And then he's cutting more carrots, like celery, and he's putting them all in the pot. And, it's starting to smell very, very good. Like, very, very good. So Naruto tries to take, like a little piece, like a taste, and whack with a wooden spoon. Not hard. He goes, "No, Naruto, bad." And he flinches and he's rubbing his wrist. And she goes, "It's hot. I don't want to burn yourself. No, it was hot. Don't want to burn yourself, Naruto." And he shakes. No, he doesn't shake. He rubs his wrist. And he goes, "Sorry." And she goes, "No, it's okay. You were just going to burn yourself." And he does that old Naruto shrug. And now, hopefully, we have done a very good job in thematically telling the audience what that shrug really is all about. Right? Because in the anime, he shrugs and, right, it doesn't mean anything. But here, we give it more context, right? It's nobody cares, so, this shrugging it off, right? Because nobody cares. No one gives a damn. Right? But hopefully we've thematically put that into what that shrug actually means. Hopefully I've done a very good job of that. If not, that's on me. And, looks at Naruto's, when he shrugs, he goes, "Naruto, can I ask you a favor?" And Naruto goes, "Sure, what's up? Could you not shrug around me?" And he just shakes. He starts giggling, like Naruto does. It doesn't mean anything, And goes back to stir. And says, "You're wrong. You're wrong." Says, waits. And says, "You're wrong, And, goes back to mixing the pot. And then we fade into dinner being made. Not dinner being put out on the table, right? There's dumplings, there's rice, there's vegetables wafting, right? And hopefully it looks really good, and hopefully everybody's hungry. I know when I written the scene, I'm I'm hungry now for some dumplings. I want some pot stickers here. But, there's rice, there's meat, there's chicken, there's celery, there's vegetables, there's dumplings, there's all that kind of good stuff. There's a broth with the noodles and dumplings. Just, oh my God, now I'm so hungry. I am. So, as Naruto sits down and Ino sits down, everything gets put out on the table. Naruto goes, "Oh, wait." And he gets up and he goes over to Ino's side and pulls out the chair for her. And there's no words exchanged. Ino just sits down and Naruto just goes around and sits back in place, his chair. And he gets Ino's plate and he starts to clumsily fill it of dumplings, rice, and vegetables. He does not doing a very good job out of it. But as he's doing, we have a little nod from Ino. It's not, Naruto doesn't see it. But we have a little nod, right, of Ino. Kind of like a affirmation, like a confirmation. Because Naruto doesn't talk. He doesn't express his feelings in the anime, in the manga, in the movies. That's not who Naruto is at the end of the day. He does things with action, with intent, with presence. That's how he tells you how he feels. Right? That's who Naruto is. Naruto is not a person to sit down and say, "I'm sad because someone hit me really, really hard." That's not who Naruto is. Right? If you go to him and ask him what's wrong, he won't tell you. He won't know how to emote those emotions. And how he shows he cares and says, "I appreciate you for what you're doing," is he gets up. He puts out a chair for a girl to sit down. He goes back. He fills her plate. Action with action. That's his body saying, "I appreciate you for you being here and you doing this for me, even though I can't express it." And that nod that Ino does, it's affirmation of what she has to continue doing. Think about what has happened so far. Ino has never, to this point, overtly said anything to Naruto. She has done everything with action, presence, and purpose. Right? She has never once hinted at anything. She has never actually flirted with him. Think about that, Rolling. She has never flirted with him. Not once. She has always did things with intent, with action. That ramen scene, we are going to clean this up. Her coming down from the shower, going right up to him, pinching his cheeks. "You're really, really cute and flustered. You know that you're really cute when you're flustered like this. You know this?" That's has all been with action. Right? So it's a confirmation of how she needs to meet him on this level going forward and continue. Right? It's more of a, okay, right? I understand. That's all the confirmation I need to see. I don't need to see any more. Right? So what she does is mirroring him, right? This is almost like a little experiment without being an experiment, right? She mirrors him. She gets the plate of Naruto and she puts food on it for him, right? So we have this little contrast of a scene going on, right? And I love these moments. I love writing these little moments. I know, Roland's probably, I know, when I was writing this scene, I was like, I'm writing visual language even though I can't see a damn thing. It's quite hilarious. So after dinner, we fade, because we don't need to stay there for long. We fade, actually. We soft fade into a scene where Naruto is having two duffel bags around his shoulder, and Ino having two duffel bags around her shoulder. They're going upstairs, and we cut to them going into Naruto's room, right? So Ino's walking ahead of him, and Ino's walking ahead of him, and Naruto is following along, right? The door closes, the duffel bag gets dropped, and Naruto looks around. He goes, "Well, I don't really understand what's going." He's like, what the hell? Okay. He goes, "Well, I guess I can sleep downstairs on the couch. I've never slept downstairs on the couch before, so that will be kind of cool." And just spins around. It's like, "What? Naruto, no, you're not sleeping on the couch." And he's like, "Okay. Well, I guess I can sleep on the floor. I never slept on the floor before, so that..." just rolls her eyes, goes to her duffel bag, just unzips it, and unrolls a big, large, queen-size mattress, a bedroll, right? And she fluffs it out, and it pops up. It's a nice mattress. Quite conveniently, it's a bed made for two. Isn't that convenient, Roland? Isn't that convenient? So Naruto's like, "Oh, yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I guess this can work, right? Yeah, all right." Thinking he solved the equation now. He's saying, "Yeah, I me on this bed and you here." Ito's like, "Naruto, no." And Naruto's like, "But I don't understand. We're gonna sleep on this mattress, both of us, on this on this bedroll, you and me." "Oh, no. Listen. I like you. But I'm not a pig, right? You're a very nice girl. You got those hips and you got the hair flowing, right? And I do really like you, but I don't." As he's stumbling, right? She's getting pillows, blankets out, and she's making the bed as he's stammering. It's as typical Naruto, but you're very nice, and you are a girl, but I like you, but I don't like you in that way. But no, that's what I mean is I do like you. I find you you're an attractive woman, but not like that. I'm not a pervert. I'm not a pig. And the bed is made as he's stumbling, and she's going to he's going to his place where he keeps his shirts and his pants and all that. His dresser. goes, she's going to her dresser. She's going to his dresser. And before she gets there, she goes, Naruto, you're acting like you have a choice. And Naruto goes, but I do have a choice, right? Like, I think, right? I mean, I still don't know what's going on here with those scrolls. I mean, I know I have to let you in here, right? You have the scrolls and everything. You Grandma Tsunade and your clan, right? That's fair. But I think for a cohabitation like this to exist, right? There's got to be checks and balances, right? And I think you need to absolutely need to give a little bit. You need to give a little bit, and I need to give a little bit, right? And I think that's how this works, right? and just looks at him and says, Naruto, I outrank you. And he goes, what? I outrank you. When you were training with Jiraiya, I took the tuning exams again, and I got another. I ranked up, basically. He goes, yeah, but that's only on missions, right? Right? That's only on missions. And he thinks he solved the equation. He goes, that's only on missions. I would only have to listen to you, right? Like, on missions. Like, that's fair, right? You took the tuning exams, right? And I didn't. That's fair. That's absolutely fair. But I would only need to listen to you if we went on missions, right? If we were on a mission. We're not on a mission. And Ino's like, of course we are. And Naruto's like looking around. He goes, we are? And like the sky with blue, like talking to a little child. It's like, yeah, we're on a mission right now. Of course we are. He goes, okay, if you're so smart, when did this mission start? As soon as you opened that door. He is totally outmatched, Roland. He is totally outmatched. And as he's putting all this like information in his head, right? Ino goes to his dresser. And we have a little comedy beat here. She opens, she goes, okay, orange. Okay, that's more orange. Wow, that's more orange. How do you have so much orange? And Naruto's like, he can't keep up. What? And she pulls out a shirt, his bright orange shirt. Naruto, you're a ninja, not a trapping cone. And he says, you wear purple all the time. Dark purple. Like, a ninja. A shinobi of the hidden leaf. He's like, okay, let me explain. And as he's doing that, she's like getting all these shirts and showing him. But as she's doing it, we see them talk. We see her doing, subtly doing something. She's folding everything up and putting them away. So that shirt, she folds it, she puts away, she shows him another shirt, she does the same thing. She goes to his pants, boxers, and we go down the line. And he goes, all right, okay, let me explain. Okay? The orange is my motif. Okay? It's my thing. It's to let enemies know that I'm coming. And she goes, yeah, 3 towns away. And he just stops dead. He just stops dead because he has nothing. That is a very good point. And as we see her slowly folding up all his clothes, we see her looking at a clock. Naruto, did you brush your teeth today? He's like, what? Did you brush your teeth today? And then he says something that absolutely horrifies her. And I think absolutely is the right thing. He goes, define brushing. And we see a little white come over Ino's face. It's like somebody just slapped her or hit her with a kunai. Well, and Naruto goes, well, I had minty leaves the other day, right? And you would actually, actually, this is a very good thing. Again, you're a medical ninja, right? You kind of like back me up on this, right? So he's like doubling down. I had minty leaves, right? The other week. And that I know that minty has the minty leaves that has minty properties to clean my teeth, right? And I got, I was training, right? Also, and I got knocked into a lake and I had cold water, right? So I know that I was able to gargle with it. Sure, when I spat the water out, there was a little blood, but sure, yeah, that's because I got knocked into a lake, right? And I had those minty leaves, and minty leaves has medical properties. Ino just cocks her eyebrows, just cocks this eyebrow almost to the sky, like a disappointed parent. It's like, tell me you didn't just say that. Tell me like you didn't say that. And she just marches to his door, opens it, and she goes, you, me, bathroom, now. And he goes, no, you have to back me up on this, right? I got minty leaves, I got gargled, and she just grabs his wrist and says, let's go, and drags him out of the door. Wait, come on, let go. You're hurting me. So we cut to the bathroom door just being flung open, just flung open. And, just walking in, this child, this Naruto, who's actually the same age as her, just being dragged in, and she's she's dragging him in, and she closes the door, right? Closes the door, gets, a spare brush that she brought up with her toiletries, earlier on, slathers it, leathers it with toothpaste, puts it in her hand, she leans up against the now closed door, cocks an eyebrow, and says, brush. And he goes, no, listen, listen, listen. I'm picturing it in my head. It's hilarious. He's like, listen, you got to back me up on this. The minty leaves, right? They have cleaning properties. And I know, he doesn't know. He can't read the room. That's why Roland, that's what makes it so funny. Like, the boy can't read the room. So he goes, yeah, I know you were worried about when I said blood, but that's because, I got knocked into a lake. That's not because of my mouth, right? I mean, I was sorry. And he's just stammering on, and her other eyebrow cocks. Now, she got the double eyebrow cock, son. And she rolls up her sleeves and says, okay, I guess we're going to have to do this. And And she grabs the brush. She leans his head back and says, Naruto, I'm only going to say this once. Open. And he opens his mouth. And this is what makes it work. We don't see what she sees. But I am going to inform everybody what everybody sees. So we got blisters. We got cracked gums. We got blood. We got all this stuff. Okay? And on face value, Roland, it's funny, right? It's very, very funny. However, it's on the surface funny until we remember the ramen, right? And what happened there, right? And this is pattern. It's on the same thing. It's neglect, right? This young man has been neglected for so long that he does not understand that he should not be living like this, right? No one has cared up until this point to give two shits about Naruto, right? Like, no one cared to check in on him. No one has cared two shits, right? This is funny, absolutely, until the revelation hits that this is just neglect to the highest degree. And she says, all right, after her face goes white, she goes, okay, let's do this. And Ito begins to brush his teeth. And we hear like murmurs of, which is very funny, right? And we pan back. The camera pans back now to see the full picture. We now have Ino almost perpendicular to Naruto, to a point where she's basically on top of him. And we see this motion of him moaning and her brushing his teeth. And we stay there with no sound, with no music, with just the atmosphere to paint this picture, to tell this story. And then we're gonna call it there. So, Roland, thoughts?
Pretty gruesome.
Yeah, it's pretty gruesome. But as we go forward, I mean, everything you probably know has purpose, right? In this film, everything has purpose, right? And this has purpose too, right? Now, I'm not going to tell you that, but I know there's some people that actually read the script. They know what's happening here, right? And it's pretty gruesome. You're right. Until there's someone now that gives a damn, right? And this is why Sakura doesn't work, right? In the canon, in the anime, right, and in the manga, she does not have the level of maturity to do this. That character would crumble with her if we had Sakura in this position. That character would crumble. She does not have the emotional maturity to do this, right? Mm-hmm. So that's why it had to be Ino. That's why it had to be her. And I think it makes, a better story. I mean, we're giving more shine to a character that doesn't normally get shine, right? And this makes sense, right? Think of the story that has happened in the manga. Like, Sakura left Ino for a boy. She created this rivalry out of a stupid boy, right? Like, Ino took Sakura in when everybody was making fun of her forehead, and Sakura betrayed her for a boy. Like this is why it also had to be Ino too. It just made the most logical sense to be her, right? And I think I love that scene where we pull out and we see her almost on top of him, brushing, almost perpendicular to him. It's emotional closeness. It's presence, right? It's comedy, absolutely. But this scene right here is, you may not believe it, Roland, but it's doing 5 things at once without doing anything at all. And that's why I love this scene. All right, guys. So I'm not gonna tell you, Roland. You want me to tell you, but it's all going to come together real soon.
I'll wait until the next installment.
Well, I mean, I think we're in the first act, right? Yeah. So it's all going to come together in the third act, right? And when we get there, you're going to be like,
But of course.
Of course, yeah. Yeah, because the way I am now as a film writer, and I tell people in my film, there's no twist. For me as a film writer, the twist is there is no twist. You know, Glass Onion?
Yes.
It's that. It's so simple. It's right in front of you. And when that aha moment comes, you're going to be like, yes, I'm so stupid. I'm so dumb. All right, guys, I want to know what you thought of this down below in the comments section. Are you liking the story so far?
It has me hooked.
Yeah, it's a different Naruto story, right?
Yes.
It's a different Naruto story. That's why funny thing is, you know how I wrote it. So I'm going to spoil it for everyone here, a little learning time.
Oh, don't do that.
I know a little, no. Yeah, no, how I wrote this story, I was writing a show for the network. It was called Dr. Caveman, where I would go to narrative flaws and issues in television shows, animes, and movies and correct it. Right? And one of my first episodes with Naruto is going to be called I forgot what the episode was going to call, but I finished the script. I had a lot of fluff in it, but it had, the bones were there, right? The visual language, the Asian kind of sensibilities were there.
Right.
And my friend read the script, and he's like, this is a movie. This is not a Doctor episode. This is a film. This is a 80, 90-minute film. This is very unique. You should rework it as a movie. And that's what happened. So, unfortunately, you're never going to see Doctor because the minute I start working on something, I'll be like, oh, this should be a movie, and I'm not going to do it. Maybe I will. If you guys are lucky. So, guys, that will wrap it up. We will see you Thursday for a brand new episode of Planeswalking the Multiverse. Back for more war. So until then, take care, be safe, be well, and we love you all! 50,000 plus, and may the Schwartz be with you. Bye, guys.